So we're constantly talking about the best marketing tactics and secrets and do's and don'ts, but there's an explosion of technology going on in legal tech. And a lot of it is marketing related or focused on other verticals. But now with this modernization of law firms happening, so much is being introduced into the law firm marketing tech stack. So we want to talk about what are the best tools that law firms can use to get an immediate boost in their marketing. Before we talk about what are the best tools that law firms should use for their marketing, quick introduction. I'm Jake Soffer, CEO of FirmPilot. And of course, we are a law firm marketing platform, but more specifically, we use data and our own proprietary AI to get firms more and better ROI from their marketing via more cases and better clients. If you haven't heard our story before, it's pretty fun. We talk about it in a bunch of other videos, so I'm not going to talk about it here. You can see it on our website, but really it's about taking the guessing out of traditional marketing and using data and using technology, which leads us to today's conversation of the best and our favorite tools that law firms should be looking at to add to their law firm marketing stack. So we're not just going to rattle off names of tools because you should be investing in technology and tools just because they're cool. There has to be a why. Why are we investing in this? So one of the big things with being data-driven and improving your marketing is SEO and PPC and logo marketing research. So let's talk about our favorite marketing research tools. Our favorite, Ahrefs. SEMrush is awesome too, but we have a great partnership and collaboration with Ahrefs, and the data and trust within Ahrefs is just so powerful and spot on. That's the biggest thing for us because SEMrush and Surfer and all these other tools have really cool reports and dashboards, and they all look amazing, and they are, but if we're making huge driving decisions based off this data, we need to trust that it's accurate. And the amount of research that Ahrefs teams put into building the most accurate, the most precise and fast crawling crawlers is second to none. So their data that they have isn't second to anyone, and it's why we trust it and we use it to make decisions. Number two, when it comes to this idea of SEO and PPC and local marketing research, it's just classic large language models from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic. They all have embedding models that anyone can use. So if you want to take a piece of content from your competitor, you can ask any of these LLMs, these large language models, to turn it into an embedding to grade it for relevancy, whatever we're trying to understand about a client's content. Then run content you're creating or FirmPilot creates for your firm and run it through that embedding model in that LLM as well to compare them. This way, when we're crafting content about car accidents or divorce or bankruptcy or probate, whatever it is, we're not writing content that just feels good in our gut or we think looks pretty. It's actual science saying there's a higher probability of this being more SEO optimized than the competitors that we are specifically trying to outrank. And it's sitting right there. You just have to know how to use them. The second bucket to look for law firm marketing tools is when it comes to website and conversion rate optimization. This is huge. One of our favorites, we talk about it in almost every video. It's free. PageSpeed Insights. You should be checking it. Does your website, especially mobile version, load fast? Less than 2 seconds. If not only does it say your website's too slow, it tells you exactly what those issues are. Maybe it doesn't give IKEA-like instructions to fix it, but you're not doing this trial and error guessing game. It puts you on the path. So you need to constantly check your website speed. And it's not just one set it and forget it, because those standards are always changing. It's not a universal or static bar like miles per hour. It's a relative grade. And what's good now may not be good in 6 months. So you need to stay on top of it. Along with website and conversion rate optimization are forms. You think of that form submission that someone goes to your website, fills out their name, their email, their phone number, accepts marketing communication, gives you a little description of their case. Sounds so simple, but when you really get advanced with your marketing in terms of the user experience of that page and the data you're collecting, forms matter so much. And our favorite right now is Gravity Forms. You can create such intricate and deep workflows, multi-step workflows. So that way a form can get more than 4 or 5 fields, but not take up half the screen. You can get really, really advanced and sophisticated with those forms. And on top of that, Gravity Forms has built a really nice backend and API to work with to send that data anywhere, to be able to use for offline conversion tracking or understanding where your visitors are coming from. Understanding all of that helps you continually push the needle on that page. Number 3, call tracking. This is an absolute no-brainer. You have to have this implemented. Otherwise, we're flying blind or marketing blind. And the obvious choice for us is CallRail. It integrates to so many of the tools that are just universal and standard when it comes to law firm marketing, i.e. WordPress, Google Analytics, Google Business Profile. And it gives you so much information. Call duration, keyword search of that call, where the call came from. And it's so easy to implement. Don't try to use some other call tracking tool just because it's $5, $10 cheaper. This is one that's worth the investment. It is not a huge investment, but it is worth choosing CallRail as your call tracking tool. Number 4 is your CRM or your case management system. Pick one that's well known, and not just because it's well known and has a cool name, but because a more well-known one is going to integrate to all these tools. That is one of the most important questions you should ask when you're evaluating which case management system it should be. Favorite right now is Clio. It integrates in nicely into all these tools. CallRail to WordPress, our form builders, all of that so seamlessly. It is so paramount to have this set up properly because there needs to be no wall, no barrier between marketing and your firm. If your marketing team doesn't know which your most profitable case is, your cost per case, the average time to settle or win a case, and by all that by case type, how do they know they're marketing for the right ones? Or how do you know you're directing them in the right way? It's so easy to think, go after wrongful death, go after prenups because I like prenups, go after chapter, whatever number bankruptcy. It shouldn't be subjective to what you like, unless of course that's how you want to do it. But if you want to scale, if you want to execute like a well-oiled machine, that's how you want to run your business, you need to understand what types of cases and leads you should actually be going after based on the data. And the source of truth where all that lives is going to your case management system. We can drive phone calls, we can drive form fills, but if we don't know how long it takes to sign them, which ones are actually profitable, how do we know to continue going after those? What fire to pour more fuel onto? So make sure you're setting it up properly. There's some honorable mentions out there, of course, that are great as well, like a Filevine, but make sure it integrates to the rest of the stack. Otherwise, it's going to be completely isolated and it's only going to show you that data if you feel like putting in the time to manually clean it all day, every day, which is why you need to make sure the case management system you pick integrates the rest of your stack. Number 5, and this is really a bonus, is design. We don't preach design first at FirmPilot. It is obviously paramount. You need to be proud of your brand and it helps convert, but what good is the most beautiful website in the world if it doesn't rank, if it doesn't get click-through ads, if it doesn't get high Google ad quality scores, whatever that may be. But it doesn't need it to be left in the dust. 2 tools to look at. Number 1, if you want to be a design head, Figma is our go-to. Not only is it so easy to use and accessible anywhere from your phone, from your desktop, they're constantly innovating and releasing new features, making it so usable. And the marketplace for templates is huge. It is awesome. The templates you can get to make your design process go from this to this is just incredibly helpful and beneficial. On top of that, we also love Envato or Beamforce. You can get so many templates there for graphic design and website pages. So that way you don't have to start from scratch. You don't need to be paying tens of thousands of dollars for design. We're not reinventing the wheel here. You go to most of the highest ranking, highest graded law firm websites out there, there's a pretty consistent look. Yes, you want something specific to you and your brand, but you can get really nice starting points that aren't from 0, that start from the halfway mark or further. That's it. And of course, if you want a system that connects all these dots together, that's what we built at FirmPilot. If you want to read more about it, you can go to our website, of course, but we just want to provide these helpful videos to talk about what you need to be thinking about as you scale. Obviously, you don't need to buy all these tools at once. Scaling is not a binary process of 0 to 1. It's step by step by step by step. So map this process out, start taking calls with these vendors, and make sure when you purchase these tools, you're actually connecting them. They need to speak to each other, not have silos or completely separated pockets of data. Thanks.